Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am pretty sure you guys think all I do is review products, and you're kind of right because I have something else new to review for you guys today. I have the brand new Too Faced White Peach palette. This is a sister palette to the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette that they came out this past summer, I believe. And when I saw that they were coming out with another one, I got so excited because this palette is one of my top favorite palettes of all time. The colors in here are just gorgeous. They're everything that I could want in a palette. So beautiful. So when I saw that they were coming out with this one, I saw the pictures and I was stoked. I was so excited for it. Colors in here looked beautiful and I was so excited for this white peach palette. This is what it looks like on the inside. You have 12 shades in here just like the other palette, and they looked gorgeous. This color just spoke to me when I saw it. I was so excited to try out this color. It is this palette, it has a couple mattes, it has some shimmers, and it has some satin shades in it. But you kind of get a mixture of all the different kinds of shadows. But overall, when I saw this, I was so excited. This palette is $45. I got mine off of Sephora.com, but they also sell it on the Too Faced website. It is a Sephora exclusive, so you'll have to buy it through them if you want it, or on the Too Faced website. Mine came in the mail last night, and I was so excited. I opened it up. But first of all, when you order something from Sephora, you usually get 3 samples with it, but the samples that I got were not the ones that I asked for, so that was kind of weird. But the palette, I was so excited for this palette. I opened it up, was swatching it, and it looked so beautiful. But the first thing that I noticed was that the formula of these shadows are not the same as the other Just Peachy Mattes palette. These are very creamy, very pigmented. The color in these pans are very true to the color that you get on your eyes. But as I was swatching the white peach palette, they just were not swatching as well. The colors seemed a little bit chalky, and I just wanted to go ahead and play with it. So last night I tested out 2 looks from this palette, and I based both of these looks off of, by a palette you get this little brochure type of thing from Too Faced, and inside they give you several different looks that you can try and all these steps on how to create each look. So last night I knew I wanted to try that deep purple blue shade, so I wanted to try to recreate this peach smoke look that they had in here because this looked gorgeous and I really wanted to try that out. And I also tried out this look right here called Peach Sugar. Once again, it looked very beautiful, very vibrant. It looked like such a pretty look, and I knew I had to try to recreate it. So I sat down last night and was playing around with it, and this palette is not what I expected. I dipped into this pan a couple times in several of the shades, and when I got done, the palette looked like it was like I had had it for months and used it for months. The fallout on this is ridiculous. I never tried the Subculture palette, but this, I can imagine, is what people felt like when they were dipping into their pans on that palette. I'm going to show you guys how much fallout that there is on this palette. I'm going to dip into this shade right here, Peach Smoothie, right here, and the amount of fallout that you get is just... There is just a ridiculous amount of fallout in this palette, in these pans. They are not pressed down well, maybe, I don't know, but they are very chalky and they do not wear well on your eyes. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the review of this product, show you guys the looks I tried to recreate and what happened when I tried to do them. The first shade I'm going to use is Peach Cream right here, and I'm gonna use this as a base all over my lid. As you can see, this looks so chalky on my eye, and this is supposed to be a shade that people can use to put down on their lids as a base color. And this looks like I smeared a white piece of chalk all over my eye. That is not pretty at all. I actually think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do 2 different looks on each eye because I know that I want to show you guys what I mean by the colors are blending away, and I want to be able to show you guys as many colors as I possibly can in this palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that on the same, do that same color on this eye, just as a base to set my concealer that I have on my lid right now. Next up, I'm going to go with Peach Smoothie right here, and I'm gonna put this in my crease. I have loaded product up on this brush, and when I tap it off, there is so much powder that flies off of it. So I'm gonna show you guys what happens. I can't even see that color. So this time I'm not gonna tap off my brush. I've got product on there for sure. So now you can see it a little bit. It's definitely not a vibrant pink color, but I'm gonna move on and I'm gonna go ahead and put, I'm gonna go with Sweet Fig right here, and I'm gonna put this on my outer crease and a little bit on my lid. So I've got the product on there, tap off a little bit, and it flies everywhere. This shade I think is supposed to be a kind of deeper grayish lilac color. And that color is showing up pretty well. I'm gonna smoke that out to my outer edge just a little bit. And then I'm gonna go back in with Peach Smoothie and try to bring that color back, because that color is completely gone now. Like, both of these colors are just completely swallowing each other and they're not blending well. It's just, I don't know what it is doing. I've never had this happen with a palette before. The color is trying so hard to be there, but it is just overtaking each other. Like that Sweet Fig color, it is not a dark color at all. These two colors should play well together, and they're not. So next I'm gonna go in with this Peach Passion right here, and I'm gonna put this on my lid. And just warning you guys, this color does not work with a brush. You have to use your finger with this. But I'll show you guys kind of what happens to the other shades as I'm trying to put this on my lid. I've got some on my finger here. I'm gonna dip in, get some more product. Everything turns gray in this palette. It's like every time I try to put a color on, the vibrancy of the shade that's in the pan, it is not on your eyes. And with this other palette that I have, the Just Peachy Mattes, the colors are so vibrant in there that it's hard to mess up a look. But this is quickly going downhill. I'm gonna try to go back into Peach Smoothie with a different brush just to show you guys. It's not just the brush that I'm using, it's every brush that I try to use with this palette. So I've got some more on there, and I want this color to show up. That is all that I want. I'll show you guys the picture again that I'm trying to recreate right here. There is no possible way that anyone would be able to recreate this look with this palette. Like this looks like, I don't even know, this looks like child's makeup. It's so chalky and just so, the color is not there at all. It doesn't look good. When I try to put this on my eye, like though that sparkle is not there. I don't know what's happening with this palette. Next up, I'm going to go and try to deepen up this outer corner a little bit with this shade right here on the grill. And this is supposed to be a grayish black color. It is not a true black. It is toned down a little bit, which makes sense because this palette is lighter shades, lighter pinks, and it would make sense for them to put a deep black in this palette. So I understand where they were going with that. So that color is showing up. I'm gonna try to blend this out a little bit. And the amount of fallout that I have on my face right now is ridiculous, if you guys can see that. Which you do get often when you try to use a darker shade. So I'm not holding that totally against it. I'm gonna go in with a different brush to try to blend out this part of my eye right here. It's so chalky and it looks so patchy now. I'm gonna add some more of that color just to try to get rid of this patchiness. You can see that deep purple peach passion shade is not on my eye anymore. It's like it just brushes away every time I try to apply a new color. And I did not have a lot of that on the grill shade on my brush just now. That was a little bit, and you definitely get pigment out of that one. It just, I don't know, it's like I'm sweeping up a dust pile and everything is getting mixed together. So I think I'm gonna move on to this other eye now and show you another look that I was trying to recreate last night. I also tried to recreate this peach sugar look, and it is a pink purpley glitter look right here with some more of a peach color in the crease. So I'm gonna show you guys what happens when I try to recreate this look. And as you can see, just to compare my eye to this eye, like that does not happen. That pink shade, that's never gonna happen with this palette. It's not. But moving on to this other look, I'm gonna do that look on this eye and show you guys what happens. First up for this look, it says to sweep peach sorbet into your crease. Excuse my nails, I know they look really bad. So I picked up that product on this brush and we're gonna go in and try to blend this all together. Once again, I have a lot of product on this brush, and when I try to put it on, nothing shows up at all. I can kind of see a little bit of a tint to it right here, but I am loading my brush up. Like, there is a lot of color on this brush, and it just, I see the powder going into the air and not on my eye. So I have really loaded that color on there. I'm gonna move on to the next color that I'm supposed to be using to create this look. And now I'm supposed to use Sweet Fig on the lid and smudge into lower lash line. So Sweet Fig is this shade we used earlier, this purple lilac shade. And we're supposed to be putting this on the lid. I guess I should use a different brush for that one. Let's use this brush right here. So this brush is loaded up, as you can see. And the color, wow, I'm getting this all over my face. The color is just not there. I can definitely see that color on my eye at least, but it looks so chalky and just so, I don't even know what the word is for it. I'm gonna try to do another layer of that shade. Once again, the color is packed onto this brush. And just in case anyone wants to comment this, I am not trying to make this palette look bad. I am really trying to blend these colors together. I'm trying to put them on my eye just like I would any other day of the week when I was trying out another palette that I love and I know that I love. I'm just showing you guys what I normally do and how you can't create a beautiful look with this palette. That color is not the same color that is in the pan. It doesn't show up. So next up, I'm going to go in with, I'm gonna press Glistening Peach onto the center of my lid. And Glistening Peach is this beautiful shade right here. And this is another shade that really drew my attention when I was first looking at this palette. It is a pink, peachy glitter shade right here. And I'm gonna try to swatch it. There it is on my finger. And you see it. It is a beautifully swatched color, but it's a different story when you try to put it on your eye. Okay, so with a clean finger, well, it's not very clean. It's as clean as I could get it. I'm going to load up my finger with that color. I don't mean to flip you guys off, but there it is on my finger, and I'm going to try to press this onto the center of my lid. Gonna get some more. You can see it, but it's not that same color that is in the pan. And as soon as I try to blend any color near this, it goes away. You cannot see it anymore. It's like the glitter that is in these pans. The glitter is so big that you cannot see the glitter. It just falls out and you're left with this really bland shade that has no character to it. But moving on, that was that shade on my lid, and it's not cute. It's definitely not this right here, if you can see that. Like, that is a very, very beautiful look, and you cannot accomplish that with this palette. But next, it is telling me to dab Glistening Peach into my inner corner, which is that same shade we just used. So I'm gonna mix it up and use a different shade. I'm gonna show you guys what happens when you try to use this Peach Ice shade, which is another beautiful glitter shade in this palette. This is what this shade looks like swatched. It's very chunky, but it's very beautiful. It's definitely a color that I would use. So I'm gonna put that white shade in my inner corner, and I'm gonna show you guys what happens. I'm just gonna use this little elf brush, this eye crease brush, and I'm gonna try to put that right there in my inner corner. So I have got some on my brush. It doesn't pick up well. You can barely see it. The glitter shade in there just wipes away, just like the rest of the products. I feel like I'm not showing you just exactly what I'm doing. So I am definitely swirling my brush in there, and you can't see it. It does show up on the eye a little bit, but it's not that white shade that you're wanting when you're first looking at it. So just to show you guys what happens when you use your finger to apply this shade, I've definitely got some on my finger. And now you can see it, but it is so chunky and chalky that you don't want it on your eye like that. It looks so bad. But I'm looking at this palette now, and it looks like I've been using it for months. Like, this shade is so dug into. I had such high expectations for this palette, and it did not deliver at all in any way. I was so excited for these glitter shades in here because the last palette was all mattes and I liked it, but it was lacking one glitter or a shimmer shade in there to complete a look for me. So I always had to dig into another pan for that shimmer shade. Just so you guys aren't taking my word for it, I'm gonna look at the reviews on Sephora real quick. As of right now, they have 3.5 stars on Sephora with 18 reviews. And I want to read a couple of them for you. I have not read these yet, so this is new for me too. Let's see, one person said it's a nice palette, but it's really hard creating a complete eye look with the palette itself. This person gave it 2 stars and it says nothing like the original Sweet Peach palette. The colors are pretty, but the eyeshadows are chalky. The eyeshadows are so poorly pigmented and there's a lot of fallout. I wouldn't recommend this palette. I'm agreeing with you. Another person said amazing palette, 5 stars. Whew. They say that the shadows are pigmented, creamy, and easily blended. Does this look easily blended and creamy to you? I don't think so. This person said that these colors work well with their skin tone, and on here it says that they have an olive skin tone. This person gave it 2 stars. They said that the palette is okay, but for the price point, it should be better than okay. The color selection is gorgeous, but the pigmentation is lacking. It took several layers of product to even somewhat show up. Glitter shades are embarrassing. Agreed. They don't work well. They don't work when applied with a finger or a dry brush, and even after several layers were applied with the fixing spray, the glitter wore off in under an hour. I agree. And it says another disappointment from Too Faced. Which I'm not saying that I dislike Too Faced. I love Too Faced products, but this was a miss. See what someone else has said. One person, it says 1 star, and their caption is just no. Not pigmented, and the colors can't make a full look, plus they are very chalky. This person gave it 5 stars. I love Too Faced. His palette is beautiful and has amazing shadows, and the smell is so good. I agree with that. It smells delicious. They say that they highly recommend it. Can't wait for their unicorn collection. I don't think that this person actually tried this palette, but you know. This person said repetitive shades, which I could see that. Another person said 5 stars, amazing palette. So what I'm seeing from this is you either give it 5 stars, you love it, or you give it 1 star and say just no to it. It makes me wonder if these people actually try the palette. This person said really disappointed, no color payoff whatsoever. I'm returning it ASAP. 1 star, terrible. 1 star, very disappointed. Okay, so yeah, you either love it or you hate it. I don't think the people that loved it actually tried it, because there is no way that these colors are so pigmented and so beautiful. You cannot use this. That glitter shade that I put on my lid, there is no glitter left in it. This eye, that's horrendous. Why did I leave this on my face this whole time? There's like fallout all over my face. I'm sorry, you guys. I do recommend, however, this palette. If you do not have this palette yet, you should go buy it. You know, I love Too Faced and I love their products usually, but this was a complete miss for me. I would not go for this. I wouldn't say that these colors weren't showing up on me because of my skin tone. I have a pretty light skin tone that usually works for every single palette, but this is a no-go. I don't even think that the fairest of skin tones would like this. Everything just, it's a mess. It's a complete mess in here. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. You guys know where I stand on this palette. I do not recommend it. Let me know if you've tried this. Let me know if you love it. Is there something I'm doing wrong with these colors? I don't know how anyone would complete a look with this. Like, my eyes look so bad right now. I'm so ready to take this makeup off. But let me know if you feel differently, if I'm doing something completely wrong. I use brushes. I use several different brushes. I use my fingers. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know, and I will see you in my next video.